What's up, Libra Collective? Thank you for joining me for your road opener reading. My name is Keita. If it's your first time joining me, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I have already pulled the cards and identified the crystal that you should be working with to help open a block road for you via bibliomancy prior to turning the camera on. So got a feel for the energy, and yeah, this is speaking to me about the need for deeper awareness about what's going on in a particular situation in your life. So we're going to see what road needs to be blocked, why that road is blocked, and also what it is that you're needing to surrender or surrender to in order to unblock that road. And also, I'm providing this crystal prescription so that you have some tool, something tangible you can work with to help shift the energy and open the road. And if you don't have or can't acquire that particular crystal, some of the crystals are, the frequencies of them can be found on YouTube. So just trying to help raise the consciousness, honey, so that we don't, these blocks don't have to be there. They're unnecessary when you have the information that you need, when you have the awareness. So the road that is blocked is by way of, it's blocked because of a vampire energy, a vampire archetype in your life. And it could be you or it could be another individual, so take it how it resonates. But with the vampire, when it's in its light attribute, you're more aware of someone or something that is draining your life force energy. You may want to check in with the reading that I just did before this one, which was Virgo, because there was major emphasis on life force energy and needing to raise your vibration and build up your life force energy in that reading as well. So when you're in your positive light attribute of the vampire, you can see when somebody's draining your energy, or you can see when you're the drama, when you're the problem. You can see your shadows. Just on 227, shout out to my great granny. But when it's in its shadow, it's the depleting of others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. So that's when you participate in codependent dynamics, which means you're draining your own energy or you're draining somebody else's because of the codependency, like you getting and taking what you can from the situation. And unbeknownst to you, in some situations, you're being used and drained as well, right? And then there's a component of psychic survival that is present when the vampire is in its shadow aspect, which is what we're most familiar with the popularization of vampires in pop culture, and how the vampire comes to suck the person's blood and get that person's life force energy for their own survival, right? Well, that's taking place in our 3D reality, in our lives, energetically and psychically, because some of us have experienced trauma that makes us show up in a way, has contributed to how we show up in a way, be it emotionally avoidant, where we self-sabotage, where we need ego strokes. And when that's the case, we show up in situations where we're siphoning that energy from people. We go looking for that compliment or that ego stroke, or to see if a person will respond to us in a way that makes us feel good, because we need it, because we deep down don't think shit of ourselves. And trust me, when I say us, I mean us, because some of these things I have, at least in times past, experienced and embodied as well. But you go seeking to siphon that energy from that person, so, or that situation, that dramatic situation, creating an argument or ghosting. It's just a myriad of ways that it can show up, but it's to feed the monster. so to speak. It's to feed the inner child. It's to feed the trauma. It's to feed that thing that lies within the subconscious. And speaking of the trauma and the subconscious, I am hosting a shadow work class, shadow work 101. And it's going to be on January the 14th, which is a Tuesday night, from 7 to 9 p.m. And the information can be found via my link tree, which should be on the About tab. If it's not, I'll put it on there before we finish. But it's also in the link. It's in the bio of my Instagram and my TikTok page as well. The tickets are being provided via tickettailor.com. The early bird price is $20, and the early bird ends on January 12th at 11:55 p.m. And then the general admission will be $27. And we're going to really cover and dive into explore shadow work from a very fundamental perspective. So look into that. If any of this resonates with you, it will be a worthy investment for you to join me for the Shadow Work 101 class. Tell your friends. But yeah, chronic complaining. That's that vampire energy in its shadow. I've told this story before, but I had a neighbor. Oh, I used to have to see his ass coming. I'm so glad he moved. But every time I would see him, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Tired. Like, it was times where every time I saw him, I knew what his response was going to be. I couldn't think of shit else to say in terms of, you know, hey, how you doing is very general, right? I mean that. How you doing? But damn, I know every time I say it, you're going to say tired. So there were times when I would say it, and me and him would be saying tired at the same time because I knew he was going to say tired. I don't think he ever noticed, but I would be over there mouthing. Because I knew that's what he was going to say. And show his shit stink. That's what he would say. And that shit is draining, yo. Like, if you don't have anything positive, uplifting to say, pay attention to how you respond to shit like that. That complaining. Because he would say that, and he would also begin to tell me about his work schedule. And I've heard it 100 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, get another job. And like, do something different. Because I get tired of shit even in myself. I notice how if I'm complaining a lot about the same thing, be it something small or big, I get tired of this shit. Something in me is going to do something about it. That complaining is going to empower me because I can't keep letting it drain my energy. And I now know that it drains other people's energy to constantly hear that shit. I'm gonna speak my truth, you know, about what I got going on, but there's got to be a positive perspective to whatever you got going on somewhere. There's got to be something positive going on with you, or else that's sign that you need to make some changes in your life. And for many of you, it's the awareness. You need to make changes to how you see things. It's your perspective on things. But whatever it is, this vampire energy is showing up big time, and it is blocking the road. And if it's another person, whether it's another person or you, you're being called to step more into your Don Juan energy, your seductive qualities. Because the Don Juan energy spotlights your positive seductive qualities, showing up in your sensual, sexual energy, not necessarily like, I was finna say finessing, but like courting. So this could be courting somebody else or courting yourself. But if you're in this vampire energy, then it's affecting how you are being a Don Juan towards yourself. The way that you are treating yourself and being self-loving and nurturing and gifting and giving to yourself, how you turn yourself on. You can't, because you got so-and-so ciphering your energy to feed their monster or to stroke their ego or benefit them however it's meant to benefit them. And if it's you, the same thing. You can't, because you're too busy ciphering somebody else's energy to get your superficial kicks and quirks and kinks fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? But it's blocking this Don Juan energy that wants to come in a healthy way. Be it through you or to you by somebody else. When the Don Juan energy is in its shadow aspect, it's using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Again, there's that concept of being used coming up heavily. Being used and being taken for granted, and it benefits somebody else in their private agenda, or it benefits the monsters that lie between your bed, under your bed, and your shadows. It's feeding the monster when it's in its shadow aspect. So for some of you, there's like somebody who has been draining your energy. They've been energy vamping. They've been siphoning your energy. They make themselves available to a degree to benefit from your positive energy, but they don't necessarily give anything in return. It's just a take type of situation. And they show up in this negative Don Juan energy of push and pull, red light, green light, stop and go, on and off type of energy. But again, that's preventing this Don Juan light energy within you. And then for others of you, you've had this experience with someone in the past, but they're coming back around in that energy from a positive light space of the Don Juan, wanting to be more chivalrous and courteous and kind and all of the things just like 1111. So take that how it resonates in your situation, because there's this awareness component again. And once this individual and you become aware of the vampire energy, the Don Juan and the shadow energy, there's a shift to take place. And that for some of you is the blocked road. Now when I asked why is this road blocked, one of the cards fell out face down. So this is something you might not be aware of. Yep. Activation. This person has been activated. You or this person has been activated to where something within you has been awakened, like a gust of wind came through, an aha moment. You now know and are aware of this situation. And you don't know that something's going on, or something had been going on underneath the surface of this situation, but it's beginning to, or going to begin to unfold the more you do the work to unblock this road. It's happened to that or identify that draining energy with lotus flower unfoldment. So there's definitely a new beginning or a different aspect of something that is unfolded. This is a situation that's layered. And as it unfolds, you're going to begin to see different layers of this situation. But whatever you do, you're needing to not be defensive in this situation. You're needing to be aware, alert, discerning, but you're needing to not be defensive, because when I ask what it is that you need to surrender or surrender to, you got surrender defensiveness. And that defensiveness may be the draining energy as well. The vamping energy, the defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. This activation may be that someone has come into an awareness of the monsters under the bed, their shadows, that what does it say? That aspect of psychic survival that they were feeding. And that requires some compassion on your part to hear them out, because now that they know better, they're in a better position to do better. But if you're defensive, that's going to block whatever is unfolding from blossoming in your life, from the communication from coming forward authentically and vulnerably, and for progress to take place. So you want to put your guard down, let your guard down enough to allow intimacy to take place. I know y'all like, the fuck? Only do this though if they come correct. And if this is about you showing up in this vampire energy, this is the thing: surrendering your defensiveness, surrendering that energy vamping, allowing yourself to be activated and do your shadow work and become more aware of your shadows. It's going to help you to surrender your fear of intimacy. Being close, being open, being vulnerable, having that one-on-one connection without any false pretenses or masks on, just showing up as an authentic individual, willing and ready to have an authentic experience. Not about the materialism or the sex or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not the complaining, and just having real conversations about who you are and what you aspire to do and be and who you're becoming and how you're evolving, your past experiences and where you've been, but like the real, not the bullshit, not the facade. It says you are ready to let love in compassionately. Told you that compassion is a key component here. Identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. That's it. This is whatever this is something that road that has been blocked has been blocking someone from opening their heart. So this is a deepening of the heart, a heart chakra awakening even that is taking place, and it is grounding with this lotus flower unfoldment, because the lotus comes from underneath the surface and having like a dark experience, but still pushing through that to rise above the surface toward the light of the sun. So with bibliomancy, I was able to identify the crystal that you all should work with in order to help open this road. And the one that I identified is chrysanthemum stone. So we got two flower energies showing up here with the lotus and chrysanthemum, which is associated with grounding, prosperity, discovering and achieving the soul's purpose. This shit, it being a road that has been blocked, it's not nothing small in the grand trajectory of your life. This is a big thing. So you really want to pay attention to the message that's coming forward and take time to assess how it applies to you on your journey. But it says chrysanthemum stone can act as a catalyst for activating the dormant capacities that lie within individuals. This identifying the vampire energy, this awareness, this shadow work, it's a catalyst for activating those dormant gifts and talents and capacities within you and or the other individuals involved, to grow, to expand, to be better, to elevate. Those who are aware in themselves of certain nagging feeling that they are not living as they were meant to live, that they have not quite heard or followed their inner calling, that some seed within them still needs to germinate, may find in this stone the ally that will help them awaken their sleeping potential. If one has always wanted to do something, write, dance, climb a mountain, start a business, chrysanthemum stone offers energetic support for finding the courage and opportunities to live one's dreams. This not only speaks to those things, but also there are those of us who had once had dreams of having a family, or being a part of a supportive community in some way, or building starting a nonprofit or some kind of service to the collective. Like there's so many dreams that we all have had over time that have been buried, like and had to grow through the muck and marrow like the lotus so that it could grow toward the light of the sun and resurface and bloom, right? So chrysanthemum stone will help you to identify and cultivate those things. It says chrysanthemum offers energetic support for finding the courage and opportunities to live one's dreams. If one doesn't yet even know one's dreams, sleeping or meditating with this stone can help one receive the inner message that makes clear the nature of one's neglected purpose. These auspicious stones offer even more. They are magnets for positive synchronicities, the sort of things some people call luck. Many individuals on the spiritual path are aware of the way in which the universe throws much assistance before one's feet, in the form of synchronous, unexpected opportunities once one has begun the journey. When we embark on the road of our soul's longing, the very act of turning in that direction and moving forward can give the universe the cue it needs to help us. Chrysanthemum stone, like other talismans of good fortune, seems to draw or at least be presented at the occurrence of such welcome turns of fate. Perhaps this is because it vibrates in resonance to the flowering of our highest good. Told you. This flower energy coming through. So there's an unfolding, a flowering of one's highest good taking place by way of somebody's activation. And for many of you, you're not aware of this change that is taking place within you or somebody else. So it's something that seems to be taking place like beneath the surface. It's not something that has been brought to your consciousness at this time. Chrysanthemum stone is an ally you can call upon for grounding wealth and good fortune in all things physical. It promotes a sense of balance between the spiritual and physical realms, and its energy encourages the expression of love and joy. Its mineral composition creates an energy that can burn through obstacles to abundance, health, and joy in one's life. Chrysanthemum stone is powerful for shamanic work and for practitioners of astral travel, as it assists one in maintaining one's physical body while one is absent from it. Chrysanthemum stone reflects the burst of primal creative energy in its beautiful flower-like patterns. This energy of creation can be used for manifestation or for physical fertility. Chrysanthemum stone encourages one to experience the joy of physical reality and to recognize that all of creation is a manifestation and a reflection of the divine. This is a stone representing good fortune on all levels of physical life, and is therefore an excellent gift as an amulet for infants and for newly joined partners. You got these partners here with this surrender the fear of intimacy. And that is something that definitely, like a wall that some people reach when you're in the beginning stages of a love relationship, having to overcome the fear of intimacy and opening up and letting someone in. Chrysanthemum stone spiritually is an excellent companion for those working to open to true abundance on all levels of life. It encourages the manifestation of ideas and energy in the physical world and can be supportive for healers and others who call upon and use energy consistently. Chrysanthemum stone assists in connecting one with a remembrance of the energy of primal creation and one's soul birth. It can help stabilize the energy field and is useful in allowing one to manifest soul level energy in the physical body. Emotionally, chrysanthemum stone allows one to connect with the joy of creation, expression, and manifestation. It helps one become more open and daring in one's approach to life and not defensive, not guarded. It can assist in overcoming fear of limitation and encourages an experience of abundance, contentment, and joy. The affirmation for chrysanthemum stone is, I give myself freely to the inner call of my soul and will follow it to the full fruition of its purpose. And that looks like tapping into your positive seductive qualities. That positive, attractive, non-judgmental, unguarded, open, honest, playful, innocent part of you that knows that you sexy, that knows that you are a primal being capable of creating dope experiences, and especially specifically in relationship with others or in relationship with another. But it starts with you. And so I hope this message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. I hope something was said that helps you along your journey. If anything should have resonated with you, feel free to leave your comments down in the description box below. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to donate, that information is in the description box. But yeah, damn. Y'all, I had cut the video off and totally forgot that I channeled a song prior to this reading. And when I picked up my phone to see what time it is, it reminded me that I had pulled up the lyrics to the song. So I said, fuck it, turn the camera back on, give them that part, and then go about your day, right? So here I am with the camera back on. I have to give y'all this pod so I can get on about my day. But the song that I was channeling prior to starting the reading was Sacred Space by India Ari. And it was just in my head all out of nowhere, so I knew that it was something significant. I never knew her last name was Simpson. Of course, I knew her last name wasn't Ari, right? But I did not know that India Ari's last name was Simpson. I am finding that when it comes to names, it has been very beneficial to look up the spiritual meaning of said name. So we're going to look up the meaning of Simpson too, because that may have some significance as well. That's been helping me a lot as I've been receiving signs and synchronicities about a lot of things, and also my own name and what it means. What I found has been very accurate relative to where I am on my journey. But the song is you are my favorite place. You are my sacred space. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And I don't know the rest of the words, so I'm definitely going to read those, but I know the hook because I've heard it a couple times. And I think I've used it once or twice in some content. But it says, you are where I go to hide when the wind starts to blow, when the lightning starts to strike, when the thunder starts to roll. When this life becomes a fight, you are where I put my gloves down. That intimacy, that surrendering defensiveness. When I'm running out of time, you are where I go to slow down. You are my favorite place. You are my sacred space. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So that's the hook. Where I go till we move, where I go till we still. Your love makes me new. In your presence, I heal. You are my favorite place. You are, okay, that's the hook again. No walls, no war, no cause, no weapon formed, no law. What for? You are where I go to hide. You are where I go to heal. You are where I go to feel, to remember what is real. Okay. This is talking about somebody who has been an energy vampire. They were not given to a situation that they have found solace in, that they have found a safe space to land in. They've been defensive, but they're surrendering that defensiveness, and they're coming back around, resurfacing should they do the work to unblock this road in their Don Juan energy, the light attribute. To someone who has been activated. They are aware now of their shadow, and they know where they have self-sabotage, where they have been greedy, where they have taken and not given, where they have siphoned someone's energy. And a new version of them is unfolding with this lotus flower energy. This is someone who is surrendering to their fear of intimacy because they have experienced someone as someone who they can be intimate with, who is a safe space for them to do that with. And I am sure that by way of these fucking lyrics, like, that's the story that is unfolding here. You are where I go to hide when the wind starts to blow, when the lightning starts to strike, when shit gets scary, when motherfuckers getting on my nerves, when I'm up against a deadline and I feel like time running out. I tap into something that you said to me, or a memory that we had together, or some creative output of yours, be it through social media or a piece of art, a song, or whatever it is that's available to them from said person, their safe space. That's what they tap in and tune into. And because this situation serves as a mirror, it's helping to unblock that road and showing somebody, making somebody aware of themselves. So we're gonna see what Simpson means. Because all these years, and as big of a India Ari fan as I am, I've seen her live, all that. I think I've heard all of her albums at this point. Like, I love me some India Ari. I didn't know that lady last name was Simpson. I need to be specific though, because they gonna fuck around and pull up the cartoon. Oh no, they didn't. Huh. Okay. Check me out. So you know how now when you Google, I don't know if this happens when you're on a desktop, because I don't have a desktop. I have my iPad and then I have my iPhone. But I know on iPhone, when you Google something, it pulls up an answer from AI. And so artificial intelligence says that the name Simpson is of English origin and has no known spiritual meaning. But here's some information about its meaning and origins. Simpson is a patronymic name that means son of Simon. Simon comes from the Hebrew name Shimon, which means he has heard. So that's like this activation that somebody has heard, whether it's a voice, a song, it's some advice they were given. They've been activated by something that they've heard. So that's confirmation that something that somebody has heard has activated them and is influencing this shift from this vampire energy to the Don Juan energy, and being less guarded and more open to intimacy and vulnerability. Word. Hold on. 7 Reflections has given me really good name meanings as well, so I'm gonna share what that one's saying. The name Simpson means you are spiritually intense and can sting or charm. Your name brings love and new starts into life and attracts money. In business, you are the creator and promoter of original ideas and usually enjoy considerable financial success. You are intuitive and might be interested in the arts, drama, or science. You find the best contentment in life when you own your own home and provide well for your family and loved ones. You have a great sense of responsibility and duty. You are comforting, appreciative, and affectionate. Your obligation in life is to hold justice and truth. And if you follow the law, you can find the great happiness and satisfaction. This is reminding me of something that I read. Going on my throat. Something that I read. I've been reading a lot, and also in my meditations, connecting a lot with Kemetic energy, Kemetic spiritual energy. And I was reading the esoteric Egypt, and it was talking about how, like, the definition of masculine energy in Kemet is that of being a fierce protector of the feminine energy so that she can bring forth her divine gifts. So it spoke to that, providing and protecting in some way, and just creating safe space in the physical, being a man's, like when a masculine energy taps into its life purpose, that's a huge part of a masculine's life purpose, is to fulfill that role for the feminine, right? So it speaks to that in a way here when it talks about owning a home, providing well for the family and loved ones, having a great sense of responsibility and duty, being comforting, appreciative, and affectionate as well. That's speaking to this, somebody having been taken for granted with their energy being siphoned. Someone now realizes how they took someone for granted, or the depths of it, how bad it really was, right? And having that obligation to bring justice and truth and light to this situation. It's not only the right thing to do, but it's law, right? But it was something else. So like that was the energy of Horus, and also that represents that justice and law and truth, the harmony and the balance. That's the energy of Mayat, which is an energy that I strongly connect with and have tattooed on me. Which tattoos represent a blood ritual, so be mindful of what you're getting tattooed on you, because that's like you making like a pact when you put certain shit on you. That's why I'm glad I don't got no dumbass tattoos, like nothing that I would be like, oh my god, I gotta get this shit off of me. Even though there's one I am gonna get covered up, but anyway, I hope this message found y'all well. That is it. Just wanted to share that information with you guys before I go, and now that I am finally done, until next time, peace.